What's up, YouTube? It's Mike with Albatwitch Crawls. I'm going to rebuild my VRD carbon with some H10 axles. I am also going to swap the chassis over to a Rock Pirates Kraken chassis. I got the parts I needed for that. I have some spare H10 axles laying around from... I built a rear steer H10. Decided I didn't care for it. I prefer drag axle overall. So I ordered a while back. I ordered a new rear axle, and I was planning on building a second H10. Never happened. So now I'm gonna use it on this. Outside of that, not only am I gonna swap that stuff, I'm also gonna swap a few other things. Right now I'm running dual stage Pro line inserts on the foams on the tires I have on, my Super Swampers and the G8 compound, and I'm gonna swap out the front ones to SL3D 3D printed inserts, the squid inserts. Do love these things. I have them on a bunch of trucks. This is going to be the first truck though that I build with the front insert and the rear foams. I've been reading about the quality of life it brings to the ability of the truck, where it has a better sense of traction with the rear. The front forms on rock better and side hills better, so I want to see how it does. I am going to keep it, not this Power Wagon, but I'm going to keep it the original Power Wagon look with the flatbed rear. I have an idea as far as the color theme goes. Considering my colors for the channel are yellow and blue, I think I might kind of run around that kind of scheme again. And as well, I decided I'm gonna take it back to being a 4-link. Right now it's set up to be a chassis mounted servo for running comps. I don't really care about comps. I'm not running them. I enjoy just driving, period. Comps are fun. I do enjoy the competition, but I don't care enough. And I am gonna run it as 4-link, and I'm gonna run a stubby kit in it because I ordered the Furatech 2-in-1 Unity, which isn't out just yet. It should be here in the near future, and then once that's in, I will drop that into this and we will take it out for a run to see how that does. That'll be its own video though, but when we get there, that'll be pretty cool. Otherwise though, yeah, I'm pretty excited. The Rock Pirate stuff is pretty nice. I've run Rock Pirates on other projects. I've run their Interceptor chassis. I remember when that was first released, but before that I have a bunch of trucks as well, just with their shock towers. But yeah, this will be my first Kraken chassis. I have yet to do a rum runner. Maybe in the future, who knows? We'll see what happens. But at this point, let's get the show on the road and see what comes of this build. Alright, so this is the point I have the truck to as of right now. I'm pretty happy with the direction we're headed in. I still have stuff I have to do, but it's looking good in my opinion. I'm pretty happy about this. I started painting the body, obviously, so I got it fitted for what I want. I like how low slung everything looks on it. I was kind of thinking maybe even a little more slammed, but no, I'm happy with where this is at, to be honest. So yeah, as I said, there's still stuff I have to do yet. Okay, so as of right now, the battery tray is not mounted in just yet. I'm not completely positive I'm going to use this yet, but if I do use this, it's going to remain in this position here, I think. It will help keep the weight of the battery allocated to the center of the chassis throughout. The front end of this is pretty heavy, so it might be a good balancing point, so it has a nice even distribution of the 60-40 scenario. I got to get it weighed to see just yet. The only other option I really can think of would be to be on one of the sliders, and I'd rather see it in the center even if it's not perfect on the 60-40 split. But it's not bolted in yet because I need to be able to get into the transmission once that 2-in-1 from Furatech, the Unity, comes in, which I am excited about. So I gotta drop that in yet. I haven't done the front bumper right now. I'm just using a 70mm standoff just to kind of keep the body, or to keep everything together just as is for the meantime. I have a question out to someone about one of their products, and once I find out what they have to say, I think I'm gonna order a new bull bar from them. But yeah, I got the H10 axles on, really nice. But yeah, I got it to fit nicely. I did have it. It wasn't just like put it all together and done. There was stuff I had to do to make it work just a little bit here, and what that was, it wasn't too much at all. It was pretty simple, to be honest. But the first thing was with the rod ends. I did the more forward point. I probably would just could have done either end, but I did the front end here. But I had to do the a longer rod end, which I used the Traxxas ones here. So that brought everything into position nicely. I am running the VRD the VRD links. I didn't use the optic links. I'm sure the optic links would have been easier, but I wanted to keep it the shorter wheelbase of the two, so I went with the VRD. Now, outside of that, I also had to grind the skid plate just a little bit to clearance the rod ends right here, because with how harsh of an angle with the H10 being wider, what wound up happening is it was binding. Not really bad. I'm sure it would have wore down, but it wasn't something I was happy with. So I took a Dremel, kept it on load. Have patience, don't let it get away from you, or use a file, which would probably be a safer bet, but I just took my time. And I wound up grinding down right here and right here, just enough so you can get clean movement with no binding. And now I'm really happy with everything. Otherwise, back end, everything else, simple fit, just drop it in and go. Those were the only modifications I really had to make to fit the H10 axles in with the VRD links. So not much at all. It's pretty simple. Now, with the stubby kit, it comes with the new mount piece for right here, and with that, because the other one's longer, so it was just the little pieces that bolted or screwed up to the chassis rails. And with that, there was a little support bar that ran diagonal like that right there. Now, my servo was barely clipping that, just enough to be a headache as well. So I squashed it and just clipped it out. So now no more issues with that either. Now the back end here, this is just bolted down here and here for the most part. Otherwise, this is pinched in with some tension. It seems like it's going to hold because I am just running the support brace from the VRD right here. So there was nothing to screw it down to. But I'm not very worried about it. I feel like it's, with how much tension is holding this together, it's just going to hold. But what I did anyway is I just threw down one zip tie around the bed and the brace, and that should keep it locked. Other than that, instead of running a rear bumper just to help fill in the space, I did two 70mm standoffs right there as well. I think it looks better than just a big open space, but I don't really want like a huge rear bumper. I mean, it might be helpful in the long run, but whatever. This, as I said, it's just for fun to be a line killer. And I'm kind of thinking too, I don't have any offhand right now, but I'm kind of thinking I might wind up ordering some ultra soft springs just to get that full droop right now. I don't know if you can see it, but the droop is really nice. It sits really well, but it's not all the way down. I do like a full droop on my rigs, especially ones that are going to be built for function over anything. So, but I mean, it's not very far off. These are soft springs, but I feel like if I get an ultra soft, that would be good. Now, as far as oil goes, I believe it's a 50 weight. It's a 40 or 50. I filled these a while ago, and when I took, I didn't open them up, but when I took them off of the other chassis, the compression rate and the rebound rate still seemed like they were full and good. So, and I didn't see any real signs of leakage, so I just left them alone. And honestly, with how light this upper end is, I feel like if I went with anything heavier than that, it would just be, it would just work against me at this point in time. So, but I am really happy with where this is at and what it's kind of looking like. But yeah, I've got to do those few little things. And once that comes in, I'll be able to run it and film it for you. And it'll be pretty exciting. Now, I do know the 2-in-1 comes, the FureTech 2-in-1 comes with an XT30. So I'm planning on swapping that out. I know it also has an adapter, but adapters are annoying. So I do have a couple of XT30 or a couple of batteries with XT30s on them that are 4S. It is capable to 4S, and I would like to try that. But at the same time, primarily everything that I run is 3S. I'm running the NSDRC RS800 V2, which is a direct power. So I'm pretty sure it doesn't come set up for direct power, and I don't have a XT30 adapter with a direct with a JST plug to run that. So I would have to solder that together, and if I'm not going to keep it in the long run just because everything else, I think I'm just going to bypass that. It would be fun though to run something on 4S. I do like a quick friggin' crawler, to be honest. But I mean, we'll see. The 3S should be just plenty fine, to be honest, anyway. But yeah. So outside that, that's pretty much all I gotta do. So I'm not gonna share the paint scheme in this video. You'll just have to wait till next one. So with that being said, hey, hit that subscribe button, follow along. You'll catch what the paint job is. You'll also get to see me talk about the 2-in-1 Unity from FureTech. Drop that in, take it for the test drive, get our opinions. We'll also get opinions of the H10 axles set up with the VRD, and go from there. So otherwise, yeah, thank you for taking the time to watch and hang out. If you like this kind of stuff, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. It'll help my channel grow, and it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you, and I will see you next time.